If you think you don't have space for a climbing wall at home, trust me, you probably do. Coming up, I'll show you the most creative spots you can fit a climbing wall and how to build an endless climbing wall for a fraction of the cost of a commercial one. And that usually leads to the next question. If this works so well, where would I even put something like that? Because most climbers believe home walls require massive rooms, high ceilings, or full renovations. And that belief keeps them stuck relying on crowded gyms, limited hours, and inconsistent training. But the truth is, you don't need more space, you just need a smarter design. And once you see how compact an endless climbing wall really is, your entire home suddenly becomes a training opportunity. Same training value, even more versatility, but with the footprint of a full-size bed. That realization opened the door to everything I'm about to show you. So let's start with the core idea that makes all of this possible. Endless climbing walls don't need much height and they barely need width. 2.5 meters wide, 2.5 meters tall. That's it. Traditional bouldering walls need 4, 5, sometimes 6 meters of space. Endless climbing walls let you climb continuously without going up or sideways, which means tiny spaces suddenly work. My own garage is only 2.5 meters high, but it's perfect for an endless climbing wall. So with that in mind, let's talk about the most common and honestly one of the best places to install one. Garages are almost made for endless walls, standard ceilings, plenty of airflow, and no one cares about chalk dust or noise. My own wall lives in my garage, and it fits perfectly without sacrificing storage or movement space. But if you don't have a garage, don't worry. This next option is just as good. Basements are fantastic for endless walls. The temperature is stable year-round. Most basements have just enough ceiling height and you get a quiet, dedicated training zone. Just make sure the floor can handle the weight, usually 150 kilos, for the full setup and additionally the climber's weight. Now, if you want something a little more creative and maybe even separate from your living space, this next idea is one of my absolute favorites. A simple shed can become an epic climbing lab. With a bit of waterproofing and a strong frame, you can turn a small outdoor outbuilding into a fully functional training zone. And if you love training outdoors, this next idea might be the simplest of all. Endless walls fit beautifully under eaves, decks, or small roofs. You just need basic waterproofing protection. Now that you've seen all the possible places you can put one, let's talk about the part most people worry about next, the cost. Commercial endless climbing walls start at around $15,000. And that's just the entry level. Fixed size, fixed design, zero flexibility for your home. A DIY version is a completely different story. Mine cost around $2,000 in total. A simple wooden frame, plywood, climbing holes, and basic hardware. That's it. The price difference is massive, but the real advantage goes even further. A DIY endless wall adapts to your space, your ceiling height, your room width, your garage or spare room. Commercial walls don't. You're not investing for branding or industrial steel. You're investing in training value. And that's exactly what makes the DIY endless climbing wall such a powerful option for climbers who want real progress. And this brings us to the real reason these setups matter so much. An endless climbing wall isn't just a climbing wall. It's freedom. No gym hours, no crowds, no waiting, no commuting. You can climb before work, after dinner, between calls, whenever you want. It makes training consistent, accessible, and honestly more enjoyable. This is why I always say every motivated climber should have one. Once you realize how flexible home setups can be, a bigger picture starts to form. This isn't just about one wall, it's about a completely different way of training. In the next video, I'll show you where home climbing is heading. Smaller, smarter, modular systems that work around real life, not against it. And why I believe this is the future for climbers who want freedom, consistency, and long-term progress.